Welcome to Dissecting the 80s. I am Trip Lano, one half of the Mega Podcasting Powers. With me, as always, is a man who's probably spent his fair share of time, and yours, in malls, but as far as I know, has never broken in for a late-night furniture store party. The Macho Man Drew.
Andrew Lano, and you don't know my life.
This week's second part of our spooktacular is chopping.
That is still one of my favorite words in the world. Spooktacular is one of my favorite words in the world, to the point where I have trouble saying the word spectacular because my brain instantly wants to go to spooktacular. Like the Indiana Jones stunt spooktacular. Nope, that's not what it is.
Nope. That would be a cool Halloween version, though.
Right?
You throw in like death,
ghosts and goblins.
Yeah. Death the character, not death like actual death. Anyway.
Yeah.
The second part of our two-part spooktacular extravaganza is Chopping Mall. So you know what that means.
We gotta go back. We gotta go dissect the 80s. It's your robots. Something's gotta be done about your robots.
When the mega powers explode.
I'm talking about the 80s. Oh, yeah.
Great Scott!
Cream of the crop. Oh, yeah.
Mega powers, yeah!
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
And it's a point to say robots because at least 3 of the people in this movie are Canadian enough that when they say robot, it's robot.
Your robot?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about your robot.
So this is a film directed by Jim Wynorski, who you probably never heard of, but is responsible for a lot of like real janky B movies, mostly a lot of softcore pornography.
Really?
Yes, like for example, The Hills Have Thighs.
Stop it.
Busty Cops and the Jewel of Denial. Busty Cops Go Hawaiian. All of which are directed under fake names like...
Is there Busty Cop Scared Stupid?
Cleavage Field, which he directed under the name Salvador Ross. I saw a documentary about this guy a couple years ago, and it made me really curious about Chopping Mall, because he started with like these Roger Corman-esque B movies that's... kind of silly, slapdash, lots of nudity in them, but not softcore porn. And he just like transitioned into softcore pornography. I can't remember the name of the documentary, but he's I'm sure you could find it if you Google Jim Wynorski documentary. It's pretty fascinating, but he has a very interesting career. He's got 101 directing credits, and it's like Piranaconda and then The Witches of Breastwick or something like that.
I was saying, how many of them are puns? Because that is really where the magic happens.
Oh, lots. The Devil Wears Nada.
That is my favorite porn title for like puns.
House on Hooter Hill. Now here's one I don't know if this is a B movie or a porn movie. The Bone Eater.
No, that is a B movie.
Okay. Bear Wench,
It's
the
a horror
final
movie.
chapter.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Oh, he actually did direct The Witches of Breastwick, by the way. That's actually a movie he made.
Oh.
I was using that as a fake title example. He's done 2 of those. So that gives you...
Wait, hang on. Did he also direct The Shaft? Like The Craft?
the Shaft. So that gives you a good picture of what that gives you a pretty good picture of what we're working with when we're talking Jim Wynorski here.
We are going to get such litigation from his lawyers.
I mean, all of it was facts. I just read his IMDb page.
This is true.
So anyway, I know about Chopping Mall for a while. This movie was also released originally as a movie called Killbots. Exactly the same. They just kind of recut it and made it Chopping Mall with a different title. Improved greatly by that title, because this title is way better than Killbots.
Yeah. Well, the problem... Okay, so this is a note that I wrote, because they're never called Killbots in the movie. It's kind of like a zombie situation.
Uh-huh.
Like, no one says the word. They're called, like, protector units
right.
or protector bots. And, like, so the first 5 minutes of the movie, they're like, these protector bots, security bots, blah, blah, blah. And then in the credits, it's like, Killbot designed by... And I was like, wait, what? You can't call them Killbot. Like, no one's called them a Killbot yet.
Yeah, that is a good point. They named the movie that, but they never called them that. I wonder if they cut it out, though. I wonder if they, like, reshot some stuff or dubbed some lines or something. I mean, nothing that I noticed, obviously, but...
I mean, like, I would be fine if they had kept the Killbot title, because then it'd be like, oh, they're the Killbots.
Right.
But, like, no, because the title is gone, they're never referred to as Killbots anymore.
That's a really good point. I hadn't thought of that. So we oh, go ahead.
you see the robots pretty much right away. So, like, what did you think of their design?
They felt like very trash canny, and I don't mean that as necessarily a negative, but they reminded me of. I always found the robots in Doctor Who, the
Daleks?
yeah, to look like a trash can with like some extra shit stuck on it, and there's like plunger heads and stuff.
I think that's what they were.
Yeah, I think they originally were trash cans. So I found them kind of charmingly simple and silly.
Yeah, I thought they reminded me of Daleks mixed with what is the one from RoboCop that is programmed to be loyal as a puppy?
Oh, the one with the big tire treads, the tank treads.
Yeah, it like falls downstairs.
Yeah, what is that called? I think it's like a code name with letters and numbers.
Yeah,
we're getting so many tweets right now.
It reminds me of that because like the poster for this movie is like a robotic arm, like a humanoid arm.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, these are going to be like humanoid robots, which makes sense because like it's way cheaper to just paint someone silver and slap on a robot costume.
Sure is. Than
to design something you have to actually control. And then all of a sudden it's these like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle villains.
Oh, good call. They definitely look like a cartoon.
They definitely like Shredder totally made these.
Yeah, absolutely. That's pretty fantastic. So we start right away, and it's a film explaining like they're selling these robots basically like here's what a patrol bot can do for your mall, because I guess mall break-ins were a real big problem in the 80s.
Apparently.
Like, didn't they have you know what I noticed? I wonder if this is just because we're not from living in that era, but when I think of a mall closing up, they roll down those metal shutter things.
Yeah.
And they like lock it up that way. So it's kind of funny to
maybe that wasn't a thing then.
Yeah, maybe hadn't been invented.
Well, clearly it wasn't, because you don't see. They're not in any of the stores.
No. Although later there is sort of a similar door they kind of roll under.
Yeah. But yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that.
So we start right away with this thing, and there's a guy like breaking into a jewelry store, and then a robot incapacitates him, and then this real luscious mane of hair that's called a human being steps up to a microphone and is like, "And that's what a patrol bot can do for you." And
there's nothing can go wrong.
So people started asking questions, and actually, minor tangent here. I apologize, we're already tangenting. But the first guy who asked the question, that's like, "What do they do besides kill people?" and they shoot him from like really far away, and he's in for like literally 1 second, one line, is played by this actor called Angus Scrimm, who died this year at like age 90. But he is the main villain in the Phantasm movies, which I think you and I were talking about a little bit the other day. Yeah. I've binge watched all those this year. I had not seen them before, so I like plowed through all the Phantasm movies. They are like some of the most fun, weird, almost inspirational filmmaking, where it seems like, I mean, it doesn't seem like it is, a bunch of friends got together and made a movie, and it's ambitious and kind of crazy and off the wall, but it always feels like a bunch of friends making a movie, and it's kind of inspirational from that aspect of like, it's literally just a bunch of dudes. Like, none of them are really actors. Angus Scrimm was like an insurance salesman, and he gets like...
Are you serious?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he gets... I mean, I don't think that's his actual job, but it was a job like that. Like, he was just a guy who kind of had a creepy look to him, and so they made him this really... honestly, a really cool villain, and he's really scary, even just like the way he moves his face around and stuff. He just is a...
Is that the one with the tall man?
Yes. And the little orbs.
Where he looms over the bed in the cemetery scene?
Yeah. He does a lot of bed looming.
Like the little kid wakes up in his bed, and then it pulls back and he's in a cemetery.
Yeah, and he gets grabbed.
Okay.
Yeah. And they have these little silver orbs that are about the size of a softball, and they like fly through the air. They have barbs on them. They stick in people's heads, and then they like drill into the people's heads and squirts blood like Monty Python style. It's pretty ridiculous, but it's also quite a lot of fun. So anyway, that's the little Angus Scrimm cameo. So I highly recommend checking out at least Phantasm 1 and 2 if you're looking for some stuff to round out your own spooktacular marathons.
Phantasm 3 Back in the Habit is pretty soft.
You know what the craziest thing is?
What?
Phantasm 1 came out in 1978. Phantasm 5 came out this year, and the same original cast is in all of them.
Really?
Yeah, Angus Scrimm was like 88, 89 years old when they were filming this movie. And they're all really low, but I think the biggest one budget-wise was like $3 million, and then they immediately went back down to like the $500,000, $600,000
Oh, wow.
level. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I haven't seen 5 yet, but I'm going to check it out. I think they did. That's not true. They did recast one character for part 2, and then he came back for part 3. So not the same exact cast, but 99%. Anyway, that's enough about Phantasm. We're not here to talk about Phantasm.
Then they say like, "Oh, how will they know who to attack?" And he's like, "Well, here, you hold up your badge, and it scans it." And like he literally puts his badge into like on the robot's face
Yeah,
in order
yeah.
to get scanned. Like it is this like it's a scanner, like a work scanner or a photocopier. You have
Which-
to place it on the glass.
Which, to be honest, felt like probably how that should go.
I mean, yeah, it just was funny that like that's like he shows this room full of people that that's how you do it, and then he says like they can't go into the actual stores, but they will patrol the mall itself. And I was like, that feels like a major plot point. Spoiler alert, it's not.
This was so Chekhov-y that, like, you know, they can't go in there. Here's their security features. They have sleep darts. They have lasers. They won't kill the good guys. Like, they're very clearly like, here's all the rules. Just kidding. Just kidding. We're gonna break them immediately.
Yeah, they only have non-lethal. They have a stun gun that will just incapacitate. They have sleep darts. And they also they have a laser that will cut through debris. And I was like, wait a minute.
Why do you need a laser?
Did we think about that one before we like decided to do that? Who tested this one?
How about, I don't know, like a vacuum or a broom?
Yeah, or a little bulldozer thing in front of it.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
just push. It'll push. It's fine.
Yeah, honestly, if you're gonna have robots patrolling, why aren't they also Roombas?
Oh, they should be Roombas.
Yeah. They're like waxing the floor and stuff. I feel like this should be a two birds, one stone situation.
You know, it should be 2 robots per floor. One is a Roomba, one is a waxer.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Oh, they also have explosive goop that they don't talk about.
Yeah,
no. That never got mentioned until it got used, and all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute. Where did they get C4 from? And why is it just like available whenever they want? Like a toothpaste.
Don't worry about it. That's my response. Don't worry about it.
And so after they say like nothing can go wrong, here's all the rules that will clearly be broken. We get like in cooking, you do it sometimes called a reduction, where you'll take like a liquid and you'll cook it down until it's just like a thick syrup version of itself. And this mall montage was an 80s reduction for me.
I was so curious where you were going with this analogy.
Like if someone was like, if like a teenager today, like an 18-year-old, meaning someone who was born in 1998, which is horrifying, was like, what are the 80s? I would be like, here's this minute and a half montage.
Wait, that 18-year-old is like exactly 18 years removed from the start of this decade.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's very, very weird.
But yeah, you're right. You could absolutely show us. It's like we got some kids making out. We got some old people. Like my favorite one is like 2 teenagers just like aggressively making out, like to the point where you're like, guys, you're in public. Like just a little decorum, just a skosh
There are
of decorum.
other people around.
And these old people look at them and they're like, they kind of shrug, and then they start making out, which is like my favorite little gag.
Yeah, there's some arcade action happening with a creepy old man in an arcade, and
we got
a beauty pageant.
Well, yeah, there's a bunch of bikini models walking around for no reason whatsoever.
With sashes and crowns.
But
like,
their
they're in a pageant.
sashes say something like grand opening on them or something like that. It's not like Miss, Hawaii or what have you. It's like advertising. Yeah.
I thought they were all like in a pageant, and I was like, what? They should come again later, and then they don't.
I mean, realistically, we're talking about Jim Wynorski here, so kind of obvious what's going on.
Yeah, right?
And there's also like a nice skateboarder, hanging around with their skateboards, like
skating through the mall.
And then like they do the Steve Buscemi in 30 Rock, where he like puts it over his shoulder, and he's like, "What's up, kids?" Or
what
fellow
up,
youths. Yeah, that's what it is. Also, a lot of indoor smoking.
Oh my god, the level of smoking in this movie gave me asthma.
People are sitting in a small pizza parlor, like a mall pizza parlor that's, maybe the size of a 1-bedroom apartment, that's already, ungodly hot and smells like pizza, and they're just chain smoking.
And I forgot how much people smoked in the 80s, because it's been a while since we've seen it.
Yeah. And I also, like, there's this, the ridiculous thing they have where the poor waitresses are like, "Oh, you're waiting on Fat Billy or whatever there?" And she's like, "Don't get too close to him. He's grabby." And I was like, oh, man. Like, we watched this show to escape the world that's happening around us. Like, this is the part of what I like about this is, like, I get to sink into a different time, and I don't have to think about current...
A simpler time with indoor smoking and faggots being thrown around willy-nilly.
But, like, it's like... watching this movie at the time we did is like, oh, man, I gotta hear about groping in robot killer mall movie. Damn it.
But also, like, It's like a weird fat shaming scene that doesn't come into play ever again.
Oh, no, they just wanted to make fun of that dude for being fat.
Yeah, I was like, that poor actor.
He's like shoving food into his face, and she puts in an order for him that's like a large pizza, a double order of garlic knots, a side of double dipped French fries, and a chocolate sundae.
Hoagie.
Yeah, and he's eating a full meal as she puts it in. So this is his like second or third trip.
And he's like, waitress, more butter.
It's like that Monty Python sketch. The
Yeah,
wafer thin
exactly.
mint. Yeah.
Exactly.
So we get a classic lightning storm outside the mall, and wouldn't you know it, lightning strikes the mall, and right into the room where the killbots are being held.
Yeah, being detained and controlled.
And so there's a technician on the roof who's controlling the killbots, and then we see that happen, and the robots come alive, and we get our first robot murder of the movie.
Yeah, they have these weird. Each have like 4 or 6 little boardwalk robot grabbies.
Yeah.
Hands.
Claws.
Like you squeeze the handle on the
machine.
clock. Yeah. No, not even not on the claw machine. Like when you buy them on the boardwalk, it's like a stick with a claw on the end and a handle that
like
you
the
squeeze.
little shark and okay.
Yeah, you can do sharks, but they have like robot claw ones that are just like pinch you.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
doing a hand motion on an audio medium again. They each have like 4 of those, and apparently they're powerful enough to like jab into a dude's throat and make him bleed.
Yeah, which makes it really difficult for me to imagine these safely incapacitating a person.
Anybody. No one is safe when the killbots are around.
No, you're donezo. You're totally donezo. So they kill this one tech, and then we cut to like setting up this party. We got a bunch of teenagers who are like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna stay after work and drink and have sex in this furniture store."
Well, I didn't catch it was a furniture store at first. I was like, "What? They're just gonna like party in a Macy's?"
I mean,
They're like, "Meet me over by the Martha Stewart Home Goods," as they like dance on over, drinking their like wine cooler and Zima.
someone's doing that like knife demonstration bit, like they're
Yes.
standing behind the block, like chopping carrots, getting hammered. Like, all right, now here's the greatest peeler you've
The
ever
angled
seen.
mirror is above them.
Yes. All right, as you see here, I'm making a nice reduction of these carrots.
A julienne. Slice. It's a weird cross section of people because I forget all the protagonists instantly. As soon as they're off screen, I forget them because
Yeah.
they're boring. And so we were introduced to like, I guess a pretty popular one and like a slightly less pretty, not as popular one.
Yes.
Girl.
Yeah.
And then we're introduced to a super nerdy dude, a jock and a prep. Mm-hmm. And they're like, "Oh no, we're all friends though, and we're trying to get the nerd laid." And you're like,
Yeah.
I was like, "Wait, what? This is weird."
This is not how this movie normally goes.
What this movie is supposed to be is that you guys are setting him up so that you can prank him.
Dump a bunch of pig's blood on his head.
Yes, and then he turns into a killbot.
Must destroy humans. But isn't the nerdy kid like the nephew of the owner? Isn't that the reason why
think-
they're being nice to him? They're
That's
like, if
true,
we get
but
him
it-
laid, we can have sex in this furniture store.
Why is the furniture store the gold standard?
It's so bizarre to me. Like,
You have cars.
right, all of these people are established as having cars. Like, go park them somewhere. Park them in the mall
In
parking
the mall.
lot.
You know the lower lot doesn't close till 2 hours after the mall does. Come on.
It's such a weird thing that they're like, all right, guys, so we're all going to go to this mall where we work, and we're all going to have sex in a room together, but not together, but just like we're all in the same space.
Because when I was like, oh, it's a department store, those beds are far enough apart that, like, sure, it's gross as fuck, but sure.
Yeah.
What they cut to in the actual party is, like, they're kind of within arm's reach of each other.
Yes.
Like, one person could reach out to touch this person's leg, who could then reach out and touch another person's leg, and, like, make a chain reaction. And
I
that's too close.
I don't want to judge what people are into, because, like, this is a safe space, this podcast.
Don't kink shame.
But no shame. But, like,
That was not
that
their intention.
seems... If that's not what you're doing because you're into it, that seems real weird to me.
Yeah, that is the best way of saying it. These teenagers weren't like, let's all have an orgy together. They were
Right.
just like, we all want to have sex separately, individually,
In the same room.
in the same room, such that I can hear your sex sounds and smell the sweat and judge your O face, because I can look to my right and see you.
Yeah. So we jumped a little bit ahead there, but so one of the other things I found really ridiculous is it's four couples, right? There's the three guys in the store, the two pizza parlor girls, and then another couple that shows up to like join this party, and then another girl, I don't remember where she came from, but so there's four couples, essentially,
Wait,
four paired off
No, it's
male
three.
female couples.
Wait, who does?
Is it
So the prep and the nerd sleep with the two pizza party girls. Oh, it's the girl from the other store. The
Yes.
jock is sleeping with the girl from the other store.
Yeah. There's also a bit in this where, and like we talk about this a lot,
That I
where it's
should
like,
be
don't
watching.
remind me of a better movie when we're, and the guy just straight up quotes Caddyshack that like, well, we're waiting, and I'm like, yo,
Broseph.
don't remind me that I'm not watching Caddyshack, because like, way better movie.
Don't remind me. I'm not watching the original Jaws 5.
Yeah, exactly. And so the other thing I wondered was like, is Caddyshack a movie in this universe? Like, because he just quoted it.
It must be.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked.
So like these teenagers have saw that Rodney Dangerfield classic.
Rodney Dangerfield is an American hero.
Yes, absolutely. Also,
Including Back to School, which nobody's ever fucking seen.
well, stay tuned. Stay tuned, America, and countries around the world. Susie in this movie is one of the female, members of this soon-to-be dead party. She's in a really good horror movie that came out last year called We Are Still Here. She's still working, and I recognized her because I was like, I can't figure out why I know this woman's face, and so I looked her up. She's in a really cool New England ghost story called We Are Still Here. It's on Netflix right now. It is.
I never heard of that.
It's real. I think I was telling you when I was watching it. It is, and I cannot stress this enough, like obscenely bloody. So if you're one of those people that can't deal with that, do not watch it. But otherwise, it's on Netflix.
It's a ghost movie with blood? Interesting.
Yeah, they like eviscerate people.
Oh, is it good?
I really enjoyed it.
Okay. Okay. Did you enjoy it in like a sci-fi Saturday?
No,
way,
I
or,
liked
like-
it. It's a good movie.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's a good
Okay.
movie. The other thing that's funny about it is they showed it on Sci-Fi earlier this year. It's where I saw it first. And so Sci-Fi's actually had a really good run of movies this season for Halloween. I've recorded a bunch of
Yeah.
stuff I've liked. They will show the movie completely unedited except for the nipples.
Yeah, those blur out the nipple.
So there's a person whose topless is blurred out, but then their head will explode and just like chunks of human being go everywhere. And they're like, yep, nope, totally fine. But those nips, get them out. Get rid of those nips. It's just been
Thanks,
really,
FCC.
it's been really, really weird to watch movies where it's like completely unedited R-rated movie except the nipples are gone.
Thanks, American value system.
So we get the like setup for the party, and the nerdlinger finally agrees, and they're like, "You won't regret this." And it made me wonder.
Nothing can go wrong.
Has anyone ever in a movie? And if you think of one, if we can't come up with one, if you think of one, please get in touch with us on Twitter or Facebook or whatever. A movie where someone has said, "You won't regret this," and not later regretted it.
I mean, usually it's one of those like party movies or something where it's like, you won't regret this, and then they do regret it, but then it turns out all right in the end because like they get the girl or they get kissed or whatever,
Yeah,
or they
yeah.
get her underwear in the bathroom.
Yeah, it was like, oh, you're all dead meat. That's alrighty then. You are not long for this world, are you?
No, not at all.
So then we get the second dead technician because he comes in to relieve the
He
first
walks
guy.
in, and he's not there, which means they hid his body somewhere.
Okay, thank you for noticing because I was about to be going off on another tangent about this.
Like what? These robots are beyond. These
That-
robots are the Terminator.
Exactly, but they're not just the Terminator. They're also a 1980s slasher movie killer, like covering their tracks.
Yes.
It's
Well,
preposterous.
I think the T-1000 would have covered his tracks.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, these robots are definitely after the singularity.
Yeah. No, absolutely. The fact that they killed a man and then took the time to clean up and hide his body because there's blood all over the place, and the guy just like comes in and is like, "Hey, you gonna eat this donut? Well, more for me." Yeah. So he gets killed pretty much instantaneously as well.
They shoot a claw into his neck.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Which, like,
it's
I don't know
pretty
what the
rare.
claw was for originally. Like, what was the claw's purpose in a detaining people situation? Like, tangling up their legs?
Yeah, well, like, part of me thought it was like, all right, they, like, shoot it like a grappling hook into, like, a door that they need to rip off the wall, but, like, that doesn't seem super good for safety of human beings.
It also calls into play the whole like racist shithead wrestler. Like, you're doing more property damage than these thieves would have caused.
Absolutely, you are. So then we cut to, we already talked about this a little bit, your classic...
What looks like the most lame party ever.
Well, it's a classic furniture store sex dance party.
You know, one of those.
And
we've all been there.
And the one girl is, like, making out with a guy, and he's like, you smell like pepperoni, because she works at a pizza parlor. And she's like, ugh. And she gets out of bed all upset, and he goes, but I like pepperoni. And she whips around, just whips her shirt off.
There's not even, okay, no. She then peels her straps down her arms to lower her top that way, which is not the most efficient way to do that, and then whips around. Like, she shows the camera first.
Well,
she peels it off.
Knowing who directed this movie, that doesn't feel like a major surprise to me.
Not anymore, no.
But yes, it is ridiculous. And then, like you said...
And we get a tracking shot of everyone, it's like bed boning, pan back to reveal someone else boning on a couch, track even further back to someone else boning on a different couch, to keep tracking to the nerdy couple sitting on the couch watching an old movie.
And the nerdy couple are discussing the sex the other people are having!
Which, like, I would do that. That would be me. Being like, he doesn't have good form.
They're watching like a 1940s, 50s giant crab movie.
Yeah.
And he there's like a real big moan or whatever, and he turns and he's like, well, sounds like they're having a good time, huh?
I think someone says like, you're king, you king, or something.
Yeah, that is what she says. She calls him a king.
Which is a weird... I feel like I hear that a lot in movie sex. And I don't feel like I've ever heard anyone in real life being like, yeah, no, that's what I'm into, or that's what someone's into being called in bed.
The king, of course.
You king. Like, to me that sounds like you're a salesman. Like, you're the beaver king.
Their kink is royalty.
I'm the king.
They just, like, really like the Renaissance Fair. They just, go hard at the Renaissance Fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're watching this scary movie, and there's like a jump scene, and she kind of jumps into his lap, and he puts his arm around her, and it's like, oh yeah, nerdy bone zone.
Well, no, it's weird because it's like an explosion in the movie that makes her jump.
That's right.
Like, oh, she's super fucking lame. Like, that explosion scared her, and she's lame as hell and the worst.
But she won't be. He comforts her, and he's like, it's all right, I got you. I've seen this movie like a lot of times. Like, yeah, dude, that's the key to getting this woman's pants off, is telling her you really like giant crab movies.
Yeah, that's the key to the wagon.
I think I have to cut that out, but it's so funny.
I know. I thought about it first. I was like, it's a car in a movie.
Oh.
Or you can bleep out the word, the first word.
That was great.
Cut out the sixth explanation and then just bleep out the first word.
So we cut away from the furniture store sexy dance party, dance sex
for
party,
the robots, who talk mercifully.
Yes,
thank God they talk.
Yeah, because without that, this would be a real tough thing to slog through. But they meet the janitor, who's played by Dick Miner, who's
the guy from Gremlins.
Yeah, he's Joe Dante's
the neighbor from Gremlins.
Yeah, he's Joe Dante's like go-to guy. He's in all his movies.
He's so good.
Yeah.
He's also mopping the floor with melted ice cream, it looks like.
Yeah, it's really gross, whatever he's using. It's really doesn't seem like good for the mall or anybody, really. So the robot comes over and is like, please present identification. And he, like, holds it up to it, but he doesn't
even hold it up. He's like, you want to see my badge? This thing, I work here, and, like, flicks it around. Like, he doesn't hold it.
Right. And I really think that, like, given the technology that we're working with, you probably had to, like, literally touch the robot with your ID.
Probably. It was basically like an RFID chip.
Yeah.
But
well, no, it looks like a barcode scanner.
It's a barcode, but I mean, like, you have to treat it as though it's an RFID chip where you have to actually make contact.
Oh, right, yeah.
To scan.
And so, yeah, it just, like, no one seems to get that. Everyone just thinks you can wave it around it. I'm like, you guys have been to a grocery store, right? You know you have to, like, bloop. You don't just, like, wave the food at the thing.
Yeah, and your coupons, can you imagine?
Right. I mean, I guess they didn't have self-checkout, but presumably they were paying attention when their groceries were rang up.
Yeah, and then he's standing in a puddle of melted ice cream water that he's mopping the floor with, and it's a cute little robot. It's like, pew! And it shoots out its stun gun thingy, but it just lands in the water, and I was like, oh no. Oh no. And then it electrocutes him to death somehow.
Yeah, he does like a cool... It does like a purple electricity, like 80s movie loveliness.
It does the electricity gremlin.
Yeah, exactly. And he does like a great like shaky body, arms out wide, on being electrocuted, acting to the,
full on marionette.
Yeah, for the back row acting in a movie, and then down he goes, and that's the end of Dick Miner. Thanks for coming by.
I was like, "Oh, you're here. Are you going to be the unlikely hero who helps the children?" No, you're dead.
No, I thought he was going to be the one who like figures out the way to foil the robots with a bunch of janitor technology
and like helps the kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually, you know what? Better movie. Yeah, I would watch the hell out of that.
But also, why do they have the wattage capacity in their stun guns to murder? Like, maybe let's give it like a low buzz.
Do you think that it's supposed to be, and again, we're giving a lot of credit to Shopping Mall in my theory here.
Way too much credit.
Do you think it's a situation where the water overloaded it and like it emptied the battery as opposed to like being controlled charge?
Oh, maybe. Is that a scientific thing?
Well, I mean, who you're asking.
Like, I do, but I mean, is that like would water? Because I just know water's a conductor, as far as I know.
I mean, I imagine it would cause stuff to discharge because it would be like we are so far out of my depth of ability to talk about things with any level of knowledge.
I'm an actor, so I don't have to know science.
I'm gonna say yes. That seems like a thing that's possible. So we cut to some.
But okay, hang on. Logistics question.
Okay.
If I worked in this mall,
okay.
Regardless of what anyone told me, I would be terrified of these fucking robots.
Oh, absolutely.
And I don't understand how nobody is.
Well, my question is, like, if there's still people in the building, why are the robots active? Like, why do they need to have a badge? Like, why is there a need for the badge identification system? Shouldn't the robots only be at the mall after the humans lock up? Like, shouldn't it be a situation where, like, the janitor locks up, and then he turns on the robots as he leaves, and in the morning they hit the button?
That would make sense.
Yeah.
That would make so much more sense.
Right. Like, they patrol until dawn, and then they dock back in their station or what have you.
Yeah, they go back to their Roomba spot.
Yeah, exactly.
They bump into the walls.
Again, feels like this would be a better movie if it was just about Roombas.
It's just you know what I want? Like, instead of, like when they dump out bugs and the bugs crawl all over, I want to just dump out a box of Roombas. They're all just like, like bumping into the walls.
$1 million worth of Roombas, all 6 of them.
Yeah.
So we cut back to the furniture store sex and dance party, and the one couple's like in bed together, and this guy is chewing so much gum.
He's been chewing this. That's why his jaw is so big.
And he's chewing it.
He's got a jaw for violin playing.
And he's chewing it so it's like a. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Listeners listen to that.
I'm sorry. It's gross, but like,
don't do that.
But that's what he does for like the whole movie. Like, well, not much longer.
Well,
but like, he's just like chewing away. He has like a whole pouch of Big League Chew in his mouth. Mm-hmm. A whole
a pack of juicy fruit,
and a whole bubble tape.
Yeah,
like he opened the bubble tape and he put it into his mouth. Yeah, he didn't realize it was a dispenser. He just like ate it. Like a hockey puck.
He just like took a bite of it.
Yeah. And then he ate all of it. Like he ate it like a cookie.
Yeah.
Like
He Cookie Monster.
Yeah. Like I don't understand how you could make out with a guy who has this much gum in his mouth.
It would not be comfortable.
No. And then she does a classic like garbage movie where she's like under the blankets and she's like, "Oh, Mike," and he turns around and she's like, "Hurry back," and drops the sheet. Just like any excuse to have more nipples in this movie is what we're looking for here.
Well, she's also like, I want to smoke because we just had sex. I'm like, you are in a furniture store bed. That shouldn't be a thing. And like, she's like picky about her brand of cigarettes, so she makes him go buy some. And this dude with like a really hot body, like it's very nice body, like pulls on his pants, and like you think they're gonna stop, and they just keep going up, all the way up to the nipple,
right up to those nipples.
And I'm like, what happened in the 80s?
We just had a lot of fabric between our crotches and the top of our pants.
Why were we all shoulder straps away from wearing overalls at all times?
The ratio of material from crotch to ankle and crotch to top of pants is 50-50.
It's the same.
It's 1-to-1. Yeah, exactly.
That is bananas. Like, I should not be able to add shoulder straps and turn your pants into overalls.
It's like, like they measure the pants back now. It's like they're a 30-30. Back then they were like it's a 30-30-30.
No, you were 30 chest, 30 waist, 30 hips, 30 length. Boot cut.
So he chewing gum the whole time, like walks down the hallway, and he starts like trying to get cigarettes out of a cigarette machine, and one of our killbots shows up.
And they're weird crab claw clippy arms.
Present identification, please.
And he does.
Yeah, and then it's like, don't care. Murder.
That's like, I wanted there to be a better explanation. Like, obviously the lightning storm did it, but I wanted more explanation of like their server was fried, so they aren't reading anything. Like, if they had said like, this is not a valid badge, and then killed him.
Right.
Like, I wanted something more than just like, thank you for letting me scan your badge. Now I must murder you. Like, what? Wait, what?
Yeah, badge not detected, where he's like freaking out, like, no, it's right here, and it keeps like advancing on him. Like, yeah, you could have done a lot more with that. I agree.
It would take 2 seconds add that into the movie.
Absolutely, yeah. It was very simple, and it would make the movie much better.
And this is the point where I was like, please, dear God, let the nerdy couple survive this movie. Like, what I really wanted was for them to be like, because he's like, hey, the mall's gonna close up soon, and like we're gonna be locked inside for the night if we don't leave. And I was like, please tell me like they get into his car, and then the mall locks down, and their friends are trapped inside, so they call them on the car phone, and they have to like help solve it from the outside.
Yeah, I mean, I was really I didn't think there was going to be a car phone involved, but I was pretty sure they were going to be out of the mall while everybody else got murdered or something like that. Like, he drives her home.
I thought they were gonna be like solving it from the outside, looking into the mall. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I know like go upstairs, go to this level.
Yeah, like he drops her off, and then her phone starts ringing. She comes, like she like picks up the phone, goes running outside, and waves him down or something. Yeah, I was totally expecting what you were talking about there, the like inside outside help. Instead, what we get is Mike's lady friend waits, a reasonable amount of time for someone to return with cigarettes, and is like, oh, I have to go get it myself, and she like gets out of bed or whatever. And then this maybe we should have talked about this already, I guess, but the idea that they're having sex in the furniture store is weird enough, but then think about like you're Bill and Joan, right? It's time to buy a new bed or a new duvet or whatever the hell. It's these teenagers' sex sheets now are on the bed.
No, they said they brought new sheets.
Oh, did they?
They said
totally
I brought beer and you brought new sheets.
Oh, okay. All right. Because I was like, the whole movie, I'm thinking like, yeah, I get it, but like, that's really fucked up.
You don't buy that literal bed when you buy a mattress, but also gross.
But they'd be I'm just saying, like, their gross sex sheets are just like in the furniture store. So if someone like wants to lay on the bed, they're laying on their defiled sheets.
Yes, they're foul sheets.
Glad they took care of that for my internal conflict there. But there's actually, it's one of the coolest bits of the whole movie to me is like this really cool sound design where the doors are kind of mostly closed. And she's like yelling and trying to get Mike's attention, and she opens the doors and then steps out and shuts them like behind her back. And the camera stays inside, and so you hear like Mike, and then when she shuts the doors, it's like you almost can't hear her at all, which really nicely sets up the fact like why aren't the other characters running to help her? Which is like a nice little bit of internal logic for the movie that we don't really see on this very often.
Oh, never. Even today, you don't see that.
Yeah, no.
And so she, like, we can see Mike's body is clearly behind the cigarette machine.
Yeah.
And she somehow can't. And then she's like, oh, wake up. Like, you think he fell asleep, bitch?
That was my thing, too. Like, does he have narcolepsy? Is that why he chews the gum? Like, he's just keeping himself awake?
He has to. And then she pulls on his arms and his head falls forward. I thought his head was going to fall off.
I did, too.
I thought we were going to get a head rolling down the thing situation.
Because, like, the killbots clearly already hide the body, so what's one more step of, like, propping it up and putting the head carefully back on top of it?
Why not?
Yeah.
So she screams, and the door flies open somehow.
Because the killbot was waiting for her to make a surprise appearance. It's like a wrestler making a run-in where they're like...
It is.
They're like, oh my god, that's killbot's music!
And then my favorite part of the movie is... So, it's set up that it's, whatever her name is, I'm going to call her Deborah.
I have no idea. Yeah, I can't.
Deborah is on the mall side of the little alcove. Then we have dead boyfriend.
Mike.
Then we have the killbot. And so the killbot has to wheel its way forward. And when it does, deadass Mike clearly pulls his legs in so that the killbot can drive past.
Yep.
He clearly does the movie theater knee scrunch.
I rewound that because I was like, "Is that what just happened?" Like,
That's
wait a minute.
100% what just happened.
Absolutely, it is. I'll have to see if we can find a GIF of that somewhere.
There are I hope there are no GIFs from this movie.
Oh, absolutely. There's absolutely GIFs from this movie floating around the internet.
I hope it died.
In
quietly.
fact, I bet the one that happens right here, where she gets chased by the killbot while it's shooting lasers, and she apparently screams loud enough that her friends can hear. So all of her friends are like face pushed up against the glass door, watching this happen. And as she's running towards them, her head explodes like a full-on bag of soup,
like a watermelon loaded with TNT.
Yeah, little bits of Deborah all over the place, and the friends are all obviously horrified.
But I love that it's not a lot of blood splashes. It's like a little, tiny packet of ketchup that gets squirted up against the window. And I was like, if a human head exploded, there's going to be goop and gore and everything.
And I have to say, credit for the movie. I was sitting at home alone watching this movie, eating Halloween candy, and I had an audible like, holy shit, while I was eating a Twix bar,
Yeah.
so it was like full of caramel in the mouth. It was like a nice reaction in my
You don't expect that to happen in this movie.
No, it did not. So we're down to 6 kids at this point.
Yeah, a couple is instantly dead. And here's where I was like, oh, they're safe because they're in the store, because they can't go in the stores. No, that's not true at all. They're not even going to touch on that fact. No one even says it in the movie. We're safe in here.
Right. That is what needs to happen. The characters need to think they're safe, and then it needs to get, that needs to get taken away. Because we know that as the audience, but they should have also known that.
Exactly. And then a second one shows up, which I was like, well, aren't they all on different levels? And how do they change levels? Because they can't go downstairs.
They just take the elevator.
Think. I know that. I didn't think about the elevator.
Oh, okay.
Because I never take the elevator in a mall because my malls are 2 stories.
Right.
But also you wouldn't think they could fit on an escalator, but apparently not only can they turn on and activate the escalators, but they can fit on them.
Yep. They just kind of wheel their treads across multiple steps and don't worry about it.
I don't understand.
So they burst into the store, these 2 of them.
They laser shoot the glass doors and then just destroy the entire furniture store.
It's just explosion after explosion, like shoot a pillow, feather bomb, shoot a mattress, coil bomb. And the other thing that's great is, for some reason, the lasers are color-coded.
Yeah, so
one's
which
blue and one's
shooting.
pink. Yeah, but that, why would you do that?
So you can track who shot. When they look back at the footage, or when they look at the lasers, they can be like, oh, this purple one was clearly shot by Protector 1.
But wouldn't the security footage be black and white?
No, I mean, when they look at, they can go up and, this burn mark is purple.
Oh, I see. I thought all the scorch marks were just scorch marks at that point.
Maybe.
I
don't
didn't think the
know.
lasers left a color residue.
I'm grasping at straws here, because, it was dumb. And so delightfully 80s.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, they just ruin this furniture store. They blow up everything that they can laser. Everything that they can laser gets lasered. Beds, dressers, nightstands.
Lamps.
Yeah. Televisions.
Decorative statues.
Everything must get lasered.
So they're all running, and what I thought happened, because there's several times in the movie where I thought something happened, and then it super didn't happen. I thought the nerdy couple ducked right near the door, and the robots went past them, and they were going to, sneak out into the mall.
Right.
And then somehow they all ended up in, the back stockroom together.
Behind a magic laser-proof door, for some reason.
Yeah, that they put, a box in front of her, and they're like, we're safe now.
They're trapped in a room after they do that, and they use the air vents to escape.
They boost up all the ladies into the air vents, and before the boys can get up there, the robots knock down the doors with explosives.
Yeah, and then as the ladies are crawling, the robots apparently turn the heat up.
I don't know if that actually happened, because we never saw that happen. We just saw them complain about the heat.
Yeah, but it seemed like that's what they were going for. And so somehow the guys managed to escape, and they're running to arm themselves at a sporting goods store in the mall that apparently is just also an ammo depository.
I guess that was an 80s movie thing, that sporting goods stores had a shit ton of guns just lying around.
Yeah. And they get up to the thing, and they're like, how are we going to get in? And he goes, I have keys, and throws a trash can through the window.
I thought that was fun.
I did too. But there's a a bar, so it's like an upper window and a lower window, and he smashes the upper window and then the lower one. It's just like, well, now you just kind of wanted to break stuff, right, Billy? Because like,
I mean, if there are robots attacking me, I'm gonna destroy as much shit as I fucking want. Damn you, Maul.
So they run in, and there's like an M16 in there for some reason. Like, these are
Have like
way
a minigun in there, a Gatling gun.
It's like way bigger guns than should be in a mall. Like, it's not a handful of pistols and a 22. It's an M16 where he's like, and you know, getting ready to go. Exactly. He's like belt feeding it like fucking Rambo, like from the side, like
it's a Gatling gun.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And then we cut to the girls up in the air duct, and Susie is losing her goddamn mind to the point where like I would have just like slapped the shit. It would have been like an airplane moment, and I just would have slapped the shit out of Susie.
I mean, going by movie rules, she needed that. Going by real life, no, obviously. But in movies, that's just an established way to calm people down, is to hit them.
Well, I don't even think it would be I didn't say I would slap her to calm her down. I'd slap her to shut her up. Like, listen. I need you to focus, because there are killer robots who don't sleep and don't eat. All they do is move and make dead people.
Move and laser.
And make dead people.
Yes.
And her poor friend, who's like the slightly nerdy, like not as pretty friend, is like, come on, we have to keep moving. Please stop.
We cannot take a break from running from these robots. Like, this is imperative that we keep going.
And Susie's like, no, I'm gonna go down there and help him because he definitely needs my help. And I was like, probably would have said something if he did.
Pretty sure he would have shoved you in an air vent if he wanted you to come with him. Just check in, but I'm pretty sure that's how it worked.
This is just my thought, my theory.
So the boys also grabbed a bunch of propane in the sporting goods store, and then the ladies are like hustling through the mall, and they go to make Molotov cocktails because the store they break into has like metal cans of gasoline just like in the store,
which I haven't seen or thought about in years.
But I always thought they sold those empty. Like, I didn't know you could buy a gallon of gasoline in a store at some point in time. Like, was that... I guess that was a thing?
Maybe.
And the other thing is, they put rags in them, but, like, the point of a Molotov cocktail is it's in glass.
And it'll shatter, and that's how that works.
Spread fire everywhere. Yeah, so when they throw, like, a metal canister full of gasoline, like, it would probably just pour onto the rag and put it out.
I mean, it would... I feel like you just made, like, an oil lamp.
Pretty much.
You didn't make a Molotov, you just made an oil lamp.
Pretty much exactly what they did, yeah. A gasoline-powered oil lamp, which perhaps not the safest, but pretty sure that's what they did.
So the boys explode one of their killbots with their propane tank, and then...
Or so we think.
Okay. Spoiler alert, plot twist. And then they're running, and Susie gets shot in the leg, and instantly is just like, can't walk.
It's literally the scene from Austin Powers where the guy's about to get run over by a bulldozer or
a steamroller.
A steamroller, yeah. And he's like, no! And the steamroller is like 100 yards from him, and he just stands there still. Like, she doesn't even try to crawl. She lays on the floor screaming until the killbot literally just like runs up onto her.
Screaming to her two friends who are already in hiding, like, bitch, move it. We got out of the air duct because you wanted to.
Get off your ass, Susie. Get up. But instead, she just gets set on fire.
Yeah, because it shoots her. Also, stop, drop, and roll, bitch.
Yeah, really.
Which, okay, admittedly, that has not come as much in handy in my life as elementary school would have believed me to. Like, the level to which they indoctrinate you with stop, drop, and roll, you would think you routinely get set on fire in life. Am I wrong, though?
No, you're not wrong. That's exactly right.
I was like, I guess this is... this
is just a daily occurrence.
Like, you just need to be ready. No, you don't need to be ready. You can just avoid fires.
Oh, that's amazing.
So they rig up an elevator to be a booby trap. And
yeah,
I don't quite understand their plan.
As they're like doing this rigging, the one guy turns to the other guy and goes, "Oh, by the way, how much do I owe you for beer?"
I thought it was a cute line of like we're gonna survive this, like haha moment is what I got out of it.
I think that line needs to be the final two people walking away from the explosion, and like they're getting
That's
put
true.
in the ambulance, and it's like, oh, by the
They
way,
have their shock blankets on.
yeah, and he's like, he pulls out a 20, it's all bloody, and he's like, it's charred a little bit from laser fire, and he's like, here's my share for the beer. Like in the middle of the movie, I was like, wait, why is this dialogue happening?
That's
it
true.
seems ridiculous.
So they got the jock lured. I think it was the jock or the prep. Well, fuck it, jock. The jock lures the Killbot into the elevator, and he shimmies up on top of it where there's two propane tanks, and he bothers to replace the roof of the elevator.
Doesn't
And
seem
so-
like a thing you need to do.
All the friends that are left, which is two girls and two guys, because he's on top of the elevator, are standing there aiming their guns, and I'm like, can we not? Are we gonna shoot while he's on top? Like,
But
what?
he makes like a death-defying leap.
he Elphaba in Wicked defies gravity and just like flies across the mall, and like
It's a good 15 feet this guy is supposed to be jumping.
he tuck and rolls so well. It's like Jim. I would expect him to pop out of it and like Gabby Douglas himself and like turn to the judges to get like 10, 10, 10.
And so they shoot like 100 bullets at these
They're
propane
bad.
tanks.
They're
They
all
can't
bad
hit.
shots except for the
Yeah.
nerdy girl.
Yeah, who just like dead eyes it, one shot, one blowed up propane tank.
And I was like, oh, I'm into you now, girl.
So we have like another like catch your breath sequence where they're like sitting in hiding out in I think it's the pizza parlor they're hiding out in.
Yeah, it's the pizza parlor.
Yeah. And the one girl starts calculating the bill for the damage, which is just like, you know what? If someone came to me with the bill for the damage, I'd be like, you know who you can do with that bill?
You can
You can
shove
send
it
it to
up
the
your
fucking robot company.
Yeah, you can light it on fire, you piece of shit.
Like,
I thought
guess
that was
what
cute
I'm
and fun.
not doing? Oh, no, it was fun. It was fun. But because she starts calculating, it's like, we're going to have to work here until we're 315 years old to pay off these damages.
But like, I wish someone had been like, this is super not our fault. Like, we are not paying
Yeah.
these damages.
Like, you know what I'm not going to do? Pay the bill for the robot explosions that tried to kill me.
No. And then Susie's boyfriend gets real pissy that they left the air duct, even though the nerdy girl's like, she super wanted to come out and help you because she lost her mind.
They even are like, we tried not to leave. We like really aggressively wanted to stay in there, and she was like, no, we have to get out there. We have to do this.
I guess we have to.
So they decide to run up to the third floor to try to get to the area where the killbots are controlled. And the first guy up there gets picked up by the killbot and thrown like over the head.
It was
overhand
Susie's
tossed.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
And I was like, how are the crab claws that strong?
It does like a overhead press and throws him over
Like
the
our
balcony.
picture from View to a Kill.
Yeah, exactly.
Where
And Grace Jones, yeah.
Where Grace Jones lifts up the dude and is just like, "Rah!"
And he's like very clearly held by a wire in the middle. But he gets thrown like 35 feet to the floor, and I was like so excited because this is the kind of movie where they should follow the rules, and if you get thrown from that height, you should be a bag of soup. But no bag of soup.
No, it's just him at an angle, his neck at an angle.
Really disappointing. Really, really disappointing. So they go back into hiding, and they decide to use the mannequins as decoys.
Which is clever. And that
Yeah,
was
I
her,
thought it was.
and that was the nerdy girl. What's her name? I feel like she.
Well, you could look it up.
I could. Lisa? No, Lisa dies next.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The other thing that they do that's pretty clever is put mirrors behind the mannequins to like bounce the lasers back.
Which I always wonder, like, at what point, like, wouldn't because I know there's like the laser grid lasers that just are for security purposes.
They don't actually exist. But
No,
yeah,
I know,
okay.
but I mean,
okay.
in movies like there's those lasers, and that makes sense for a mirror to bounce back. But like a shooting laser feels like a mirror wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, laser's just technically a really high impact piece of light.
Yeah, I guess.
So, I mean, a mirror. I mean, I don't know the physics and science of this, but
Of shooting lasers.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it the seal of approval because it's Chopping Mall and it's at least somewhat smart by a protagonist.
That's true.
So
then they get blinded or whatever. That's what Wikipedia said.
Yeah. They seem to just like malfunction, which is weird. Like I would have thought it would have blown them up, but they do just seem to go like spinny and out of control.
They had to kill more people. That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they kill Lisa.
Yeah, Lisa gets lasered, and then Rick gets electrocuted.
Because he drives a mini golf cart into it and somehow gets electrocuted, and his mouth somehow bleeds.
Yeah, super weird combination of things there for Rick. Not the best way to go. Apparently, those are the only times during taking notes of this movie I decided to write down names.
I was going to say, like, you pulled Rick out of your ass.
Yeah, as my notes have their names there, and not once through the talking about it that we've been doing have I used names, but here, Rick and Lisa. So now we're down to the final two, the nerdlingers.
And then she, having been smart this whole movie, her being dumb was upsetting when she was like, we need to split up.
Yeah.
And I was like, why?
Although part of me was like, she wants to split up so that she doesn't have to drag this dumbass around with her, who's clearly weighing her down because she's the final girl and she's like clearly too smart for this idiot.
Yeah. And this is where I realized this moment is where the soundtrack really hit me and how like delightfully 80s it was.
Oh yeah.
It's so like synth and
yeah.
A drum kit. She's like wandering around and like throws open a closet door that she thinks a killbot is in, and it's not there, but then it turns out it's one behind her. And then she screams for help. And my thing is, if you're going to demand to split up, you don't get to then call for help when you're in trouble because you split up. Like, that's your fault.
That seems like a pretty aggressive rule.
Okay, well then don't fucking split up. Because here's the thing. I'm now safe from killbots. You are not safe from killbots.
Right.
You took that chance. You made that gamble.
So he comes like running in to save her, and he's like shooting at the killbot, and he shoots all his bullets, and it like turns around and starts advancing on him, and then he throws his gun at it.
Well, I mean, yeah. Sure.
And then he grabs a fire extinguisher and
throws something at him.
Yeah. I think it's a fire. Oh, he throws a fire extinguisher at him and knocks him out with it. Yeah, he throws a fire extinguisher to Killbot, and then the fire extinguisher gets thrown back at him and knocks him the fuck out. But like, I also thought
he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead, so. And or you think anyway. But I thought it would have been way cooler if he shot the fire extinguisher at the Killbot. Like that might have messed it up.
That would have been fun.
Yeah.
More stuff. But they probably would have had to pay. They probably would have had to pay them all to set off one of their fire extinguishers.
True. They could. Yeah, that's probably true.
Because they are definitely filming this after hours at this mall for relatively cheap.
Oh, absolutely. The girl starts running away, and we talked about high pants before, but this girl's shorts are ridiculously high waisted.
They
have arm
there's
holes.
A zipper. I was going to say they zip to the bottom of her bra.
They have arm holes. It's ridiculous what she's wearing.
Yeah, their belt loops double as armholes and straps.
And so she decides to break into a pet store.
Which, like, those poor dogs.
Right. Like, what weapons did you think you were going to find in a pet store? I don't get that choice at all.
I mean, a big old bag of kibble.
Just like dumping dog food onto a killbot.
That too. No, I'm like picking up like in Christmas Vacation when
like a 50-pound bag
Eddie
is a
picks
weapon.
up the giant bag. Yeah, I'm picturing her just like whipping them across the store. Or maybe the dogs would pee on the killbots. I don't know.
Oh, all right.
And then this is where we get into Andrew's hell.
I was gonna say, like, you got to take it from here, man. This is all you.
This is the part that because I watched this on YouTube. Because if you search Chopping Mall on YouTube, what comes up as a video title is 18 plus 1980s scary thriller sci-fi. And it's the full film Chopping Mall.
Oh, how about that?
I don't know. Yeah. And so I just did the forward arrow a couple times.
Well, did you get to the part where even the robot sees the spiders and is like, nope, and just like spins and backs out of there? Because that's pretty much what happens.
See that part.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes.
It knocks over a case of spiders, which is the most horrifying sentence to say, and a snake case. Oh my god!
And then
me
what?
Because we're talking about spiders, everything that moves or touches my skin is instantly a spider.
Was it your headphone cord?
No, my giant burger costume, part of like a piece of the cheese or lettuce felt.
Oh man, I wish we were video recording. Your face was amazing.
Whew.
So the robot goes to leave, and like a monkey jumps out of nowhere and is like, "Ree!" And then like just a very strange amalgamation of pets in the store.
What is in this pet store? And then here's the other thing: the robots constantly just idly pinch their claws as they're like zip zapping around.
Yeah.
They're like clink 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 clink. Like what? Why?
For fun, obviously. So she gets out. She gets away from the killbot, and she starts like she decides to hide.
She hides over the edge and like, holds on to the edge of the balcony. So
And
that
this
she
girl
can hide from the killbot.
This girl must be the first person to have come up with CrossFit, because like she is dangling there in a pull-up position for like 2 full minutes, and just
She's
like
the goddamn Hulk, as you'll
she
find out in
is.
about 5 minutes.
And so there's also a really great movie thing where like we're looking at her and we're looking down and we're looking at her and we're looking down, and she's directly over top of a tent that's like not only clearly is supposed to be what she's jumping on, but it's even like almost painted like a target. It's a square shape, so it's not round, but it's kind of painted like a target, and so it's like girl, target, girl, target, girl, target. And finally
Killbot.
she jumps.
It's like Rocky Horror when they're like, Rocky, Dr. Scott, Janet.
And so earlier in the movie, she had stuck a flare into her bra, and so that was Chekhov's flare. We didn't mention it at the time. Sorry, but she pulls that flare out.
She drops down onto the target and then goes over to this paints and chemicals store. It looks like.
Yes,
I don't know what else.
I think it's paint and paint
Johnny.
thinner.
Come on down to Johnny's Paints, Chemicals, and More.
We got argon, neutron, whatever you need. Come on down and get it.
Do you need paint? Latex-based paint? How about flammable paint? We got it all. Graphic, explosion.
Are you being chased by a robot and in need of something to set it on fire? Come on down to Johnny's House of Paint and Chemicals.
That's what it is. Johnny's House of Paint and Chemicals. But she looks at this glass door. So she clearly broke her leg. Falling.
Yes. Oh,
That
yeah,
much
for
is
sure.
clear. Because she's like full-on army crawling, but like a badass makes it like goes like a mile across the floor.
Yeah.
Pulls herself up to standing, looks at the door and kind of goes, oh, fuck. And puts her arms over her head and just body slams through the glass door.
She doesn't even like take a running start. It's like 6 inches and she blows out a pane of glass. It's preposterous.
If you watch the movie, there's clearly like an edit split.
Yes.
Where it's not her breaking, it's like a man in a pink sweater.
Yes.
Breaking through the glass.
But like,
and then it's her again.
she breaks the glass with her face. Like she puts her face in between her arms.
Her shoulders.
No, she puts her hands over her head and uses like her elbows and forearms.
Oh,
so her
yeah.
face is like right into the broken glass.
But she's the fucking Hulk, and I love her.
Absolutely she is.
So she dumps out like all this paint as a kind of a mini montage of paint pouring.
Yeah, she's like popping them over with a screwdriver and dumping them. And it took me a minute to figure out what she was doing.
1 foot in front of the other. Because I wouldn't think paint is flammable.
Open that can down.
Pop.
But
Sloshing paint.
The paint's not flammable, so what she does is use the paint to make the thing so the robot gets stuck, and she pours paint thinner over top of it, which is very flammable.
Okay.
And then the robot comes in and she like lures it into her little trap and then throws her flare to like...
She says, "Have a nice day," which is what the robot always says after it murders someone for some reason. And like it gets all like echoey and epic.
Big McFoley fans.
And she throws it and it explodes. She gets up, because clearly she got knocked back by the explosion, and she stands up and like wobbles around the mall. And then we hear...
Well, she's doing like a dope like move. It's like Ripley, where she's like limping down the hallway like a true badass, and it's like, you know, the big theme is rising and playing as she's like casually limping, or not casually, like
super limping.
Yeah.
Okay, so mini tangent before we finish the movie, because we're almost at the end. But like, yes, this is a piece of shit movie. It's not particularly good, but I don't get why this isn't talked about for having a strong, smart, conventionally beautiful female protagonist. And I say that with the caveat of like, one of my least favorite tropes is that a woman's strength and power and her femininity and beauty are mutually exclusive events. So a woman can't be powerful until she shaves her head, or like cuts her hair super short, or like puts on pants instead of a dress or something. Like, it drives me nuts that like...
But isn't that most horror movies don't require that?
Not horror movies, I guess, but movies in general, to me, the woman has to like cut her hair off and then she's strong and powerful. But like this is like had a very strong female protagonist, and I think that should be talked about a little more because like this is a stupid fucking movie and it's terrible, but that is awesome, and she is awesome.
I totally agree with you, but I think the reason why it doesn't is because like Laurie Strode in Halloween is the same badass.
That's true, and what's her face from Nightmare?
Nancy
from Nightmare.
Yeah. So like I think it's like horror movies have always been better to women than most things. Was like,
I mean, marginally.
well, but like the.
The murder rate is pretty.
I mean, yes, they do get murdered, obviously, but like the final girl is a horror trope for a reason. It's like she rises up against this big evil and saves the day. And I have another tangent I want to go on that, but let's finish this movie and then I'll do that at the end so people don't want to listen. They don't have to. But I have an interesting, probably only to me, tangent about the final girl trope in horror movies.
I'm sure I'll have input.
Yeah.
So the nerdy guy goes, "Nice shot," and he's holding like a thing of Charmin to the back
Yeah.
of his head.
it's a bloody roll of toilet paper holding the back of his head.
I was like, "Is that holding your brain in, or like what?"
And so like he gets down and they hug and then the credits start rolling. So from the start of this movie, when the things actually start, to this final scene is like 72 minutes.
Yeah,
it is barely a movie. Like honestly,
that's why it's passable for me because it's so fucking short.
Yeah, but you know what? Honestly, even at 72 minutes, it's about 25 minutes too long.
I agree.
You know what this would have been ideal for? And this is going to sound ridiculous, but this would have been a great. And I've never watched the show really, so I'm just kind of guessing. But this would have been a great dream sequence Halloween episode for a show like Saved by the Bell.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Where they get trapped in the maybe they're not having a sex party because it's Saved by the Bell, but like they get trapped in the
dance
mall.
Party.
Yeah, or just like they accidentally get stuck in the mall for some reason. They like I don't know they hide somewhere, want to play arcade games all night or something stupid, but like they all get trapped in the mall, and then the robots take over and they have to like battle these robots.
Yeah,
like an alternate universe Saved by the Bell would have been interesting.
I like that.
Yeah. So it sounds like you'd recommend this.
It's a soft recommend.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
I think because it's on YouTube,
sure,
it's super easy to watch. It's not like there are worse movies that we've seen.
Oh yeah,
it's
for sure.
definitely a solid middle of the road. Like it's not like a strong recommend, but it's not a stay away. It's a middle. It's a soft middle.
There's a bunch of really cool scenes in it that I like, but like the movie as a whole is even at 72 minutes like a little bit too long, which is crazy to say because it's barely a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this podcast is longer than the movie.
It will be.
Like, I'm pretty sure we're going to be, we'll see how it comes out editing, but we're going to be damn close to the runtime of this movie. Almost a commentary track, I guess. But yeah, it's interesting and kind of weird. And the guy who made it, this is only the second movie that guy ever made, so he hadn't started doing like the softcore porn stuff yet. So it's interesting to see that like this director is very obviously just wants to see a lot of breasts in his movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty fun. Like I think there's a double feature with this and something else that could be put together in a really fun way.
Oh, I think so. Shopping mall, strong female lead, chopping mall, blowing teenagers up, chopping mall, kill all the robots.
Not your best work, but that's all right.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
but it's a theme song.
Yeah. So I do want to. I have this final girl thing I want to talk about, but I think we should say thank you guys for listening. Please rate and review the show on iTunes if you haven't done that yet. It makes a huge difference for us, and it's really something that we would appreciate you doing. It doesn't take very long, and it makes a big difference to us. If you want to find out more on the show, Facebook.com/dissectingthe80s. Twitter.com/dissectomania and at dissectingthe80s on Instagram. Post some stuff up on all those things. Try to mix it up. What's on? It's not the same thing on every place, so try to mix it up that way. Except for when we post the episodes, we just post them everywhere. But yeah, Twitter's the easiest way to get a hold of us. If you want to get in touch, it's at dissectomania. Like I said, I'm there pretty much all the time. So if you want to say something, get in touch with us. Go that way. Next episode is kind of up in the air. We're deciding what we want to tie into. It's either going to be a tie-in for the election, which is going to be kidnapping the president, or one of a couple superhero movies we're tying into Doctor Strange, because there's some weird superheroes of the 80s. So I guess stay tuned on Twitter, and we'll announce it, because we have to discuss that off air.
Yeah, maybe Facebook.
Yeah, we'll probably put it up on the social media. So if you want to know what's next, it'll be something like that. We haven't fully decided what we're doing, so check that out. So yeah, anyway, so I've been watching a lot of slasher movies, right? And I realized something, and this is kind of crazy, and I don't know if anyone's ever said this before, but I think this is true. The horror movie, the standard horror movie of like young girl stalked by a crazy person who's trying to kill her, like a big hulking monster, and then she fights back in the end, is the same standard script as a standard wrestling match.
Okay.
So if you go to like an 80s wrestling match, like the way it works is like the good guy looks good for a little while, which is the part in the movie where the we're introduced to the character, and then the bad guy shows up and like wreaks some havoc, which is always what happens. The bad guy like beats him up, and then there's a couple spots where you think the good guy's taken over, like she's fought back and he's got it, except nope, JK, the bad guy's like pushes them back down, and then at the end the good guy triumphs with like some big show of force. And I was watching all these horror movies that like really do have the same plot. I mean, like a lot of these slasher movies, yeah. And it was just struck me of like, oh my gosh, like this is this like. It wasn't so much the wrestling analogy, just that like how universal that story is, that it can be used in so many different ways. Because there are also action movies that start that way, and there's plenty of movies. And so it's just fascinating to me that like that narrative structure of introduce the good guy, bring the bad guy in, give the good guy some hope, take away the hope, and then the good guy triumphing at the end is such a standard narrative that it's in millions of books and movies and stuff, but it struck me as such an interesting thing that like, oh yeah, and it's also the basic wrestling structure of that is pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
Have you watched anything cool for Halloween that you want to recommend?
I have not yet, no. I've been very busy with moving and rehearsals and auditions.
Okay.
And I have not had super time to sit down and watch some cool stuff, but there's a lot of stuff on my list. This year I plan to watch It Follows, which I have not seen yet. There's another one.
I had a lot of fun with, I watched both versions of The Town That Dreaded Sundown. It's from the 70s, and they remade it.
Oh yeah, we talked about that with the trombone scene.
The trombone scene, yeah. I found out, and I think this has got to be like a future something or other for me, that the town of Texarkana, I think it's Texarkana, Arkansas, not Texarkana, Texas, but I might be wrong about that. But on their Parks and Rec department shows The Town That Dreaded Sundown in the town where it was filmed and based on as the last movie of their outdoor movies season every October. That's
kind of fun.
Yeah, so
Does someone show up as the killer?
I don't know, but that would be really cool. I'm sure people dress up and stuff. It seems like it'd be really cool. So that seems like it'd be a really dope time to hang out, watch that movie in the town where they made it with the people. It just seems
I think
really
so.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was really neat. Nothing other than that I would get super excited for. We already talked about Phantasm, which I liked. So
yeah.
Cool. Thank you all for hanging out with us. We will see you in 2 weeks with a movie that we haven't figured out what we're going to watch yet, but we'll let you know soon on social media. Until then.
Yes, we will. Don't you forget about me.
Dissecting the 80s is a Chum Some of This production. Things we're going to cut out in editing. Welcome to Dissecting the 80s. I am one half of the mega podcasting power. Nope, that's not how I do the show anymore.
Robots. Yeah. Killbots. We gotta go back. We gotta go dissect the 80s.
Wait, say robots. They say it in the movie.
Robots.
Okay.
Robot?
Robot. Yep, that's it.
Robot. Okay. We gotta go back. We gotta go dissect the 80s. It's your robot, Marty. Fuck me. I was on a roll.
You were killing it.
I didn't say it the first time.
You were killing it.
I was like, don't say it. And then I forgot I said it a second time. I forgot my line.
And then
she gets...
Go.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
You go.
You take it. You're doing it fine. Go for it.